energy. Did you know that every male on the planet right now can have that? Because you have experienced that, light worker. We've told you that before. What about the wonderful things that you've experienced in love and life? They were there. Are they just going to lay there and not affect you? And the answer is, you can go get them. Mining the Akash is finding you in you. You go back and you find the best things that you've experienced and you bring them forward to your life now so that you can start using them. What can I use? What do you mean use them? What about peace? Do you have trouble going into a peaceful place? We've talked about this before. Many do. The answer, how can I do this? How can I do that? Let me ask you, well, since you've done it before, why are you asking the question? Why don't you go get it and bring it forward to your life? There's some who've discovered talents they didn't think they had. They've gone and got them and brought them forward. There are so many things that are spectacularly good. There is the attribute of kindness and compassion in the way you act and look, and the things that you have admired perhaps in other people and said, when nobody could hear you, why can't I be like that? You were like that. Go get it. There are those who would say, I wish I was a little smarter. Go get it. All of these things would seem like magic. If you're just tuned into this, you might still think it's magic or roll your eyes. I will tell you, you've been there and done it. You've experienced things over and over, positive and negative. They all belong to you. You have the wisdom of having experienced them. So they are in your Akash, current Akash. You can go in your body and in a multidimensional state where your Akashic record lives and everything you've ever done exists, and go and get the good stuff. Mining the Akash is something I would love everyone to know about even more and do even more. Well, perhaps the Circle of 12 will help tonight. We'll see. I'm crying in love with you all. And so it is.
And very slowly now, following that beautiful message, I invite you to bring your awareness back into your body. If you've had your eyes closed, I invite you to open your eyes and bring those energies with you as we move to the next part of the program, where we're going to meet someone who helps us step into our full potential. And her name is Maria Martinez, and I want to make sure that she's on the Zoom feed with us. Maria, are you there?
Hello, yes I am. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Well, Maria is here on a mission, and that mission is to help all of us step into our full human potential.
And how many times have we told people that they are magnificent, that there's a lot more to them than they ever realize, that they're limiting themselves in what they think? Maria's a specialist. Maria Martinez uses her healing abilities to facilitate wealth consciousness, love that, human potential activation, reconnecting your divine light, unlocking your power and brilliance, did you hear that? And embodying your authentic expression. This is all about, I think it's a journey of discovery. Who are we? You can do all of this with confidence, resolve, and certainty, magnifying your ability to create a new, powerful reality, listen, filled with joy, health, and prosperity.
So Maria is credentialed in a myriad of spiritual protocols from business universities and board certifications. As an ancient old soul, Maria is here to usher humanity into their awakening. As part of the Galactic Council, Maria helps weave galaxies together for balance, protection, and empowerment as she welcomes light travelers, starseeds, healers, indigo, crystal, and rainbow children, and invites them to awaken their genius and fulfill their soul's mission. Maria, we are so excited to have you joining us this evening. How did all of this unfold for you?
Wow. As long as I can remember, I've been doing this work. My angels, my guides really have been showing up for me in different ways since I was very young. Earliest memories were about 4 and 5, traveling, doing astral travel with them, going into other dimensions, higher and lower dimensions. So I was just fortunate that I've had this relationship with my guides and my angels for such a long time. And then throughout time, I developed more of these skills. And in college, I went through a transition that everything really became amplified. And that's when I decided to find my first mentor. And from that point on, I began to develop different aspects of my abilities, connection with spirit, mediumship, psychic abilities, other modalities, hypnotherapy, just different things that I felt would add value to my clients in terms of helping them access more of their potential and living their full life.
That's amazing. I have my earliest memory of maybe being 3 years old, and it was fighting with my little sister. So you are having memories at 4 or 5 astro traveling
Yes.
with the angels. So truly you are here on a mission. So how do you, with that as your, you've been birthed into the planet with that as a part of your makeup and everything you do, how do you help someone get into their human potential?
Well, we work with the multidimensional bodies. We work with the spirit, the soul, the energetic body, the light body, the mental body, and we work with each part of the what I call the completeness of who we are, the totality of who we are, because we have different aspects that are out of alignment or we have missing fragments, and that's, for me, it's the foundation of who you are. So we start at that level. And then we work through the different lifetimes, and we work through the childhood. We work through the ancestral lineage. So it's sort of a process that takes you from coming back into the core of who you are and reconnecting with who you are, and then looking at the different aspects in the environment that have contributed to where you are, that's preventing you to knowing your truth and fully accessing and expressing who you're here to express.
So how do you help someone overcome... Well, actually, let me go back and ask this first. How do you identify that someone has maybe a block in their life that's stopping them from living their full potential? And then how do you help them remove those blocks?
It's through alchemy of the energy and vibration of the person. So through my abilities, I'm able to see, hear, feel, get information, download information, see the different layers of the field, as well as the different timelines. It's sort of like looking into, it's really beautiful, actually. It's like looking into the movie of the individual. The lifetimes open up and I can see which lifetime it's affecting. The energy field opens up and I can see different areas where it's lighter or brighter. And then that information, the colors, will translate into an emotion or a block or something else that is not part of the individual. And then we're able to, with ease and grace, because we know that we are divinely perfect, we're created in light. So we can, once we recognize what is there, we can easily move that out of the field, restoring the divine blueprint. So it's a process of, I would say, it's a process of seeing the magnificence of the individual as their truth, and then seeing what's distorted around them. Sometimes it's the mental body, so you'll see emotions connected to them, and they'll show up in different colors, or they'll show up in statements around their field. Or sometimes there are thoughts flowing around the unconscious mind that I hear, or I will see kind of, in the forehead, across the forehead of the individual as I'm reading their energy, reading their field. Sometimes there are other things like implants, other attachments, like spiritual attachments that are siphoning their life force. So when we're able to see that, the removing is actually very easy, but it's the uncovering or discovering what is there and kind of looking and unfolding that takes a little bit more, maybe a little bit more time, going through that step process of one body, then the other body, then one field, then the chakras, to uncover what is there. And then the process of removing is by declaring or decreeing the new, who we truly are, bringing in the I am presence, and then bringing in the other fragments of who we are wherever we left them. What is restoring really what has been lost, or restoring the wisdom that has been forgotten.
One of the things that I like here, just as we're going and we're kind of revealing what you do and who you are, is that, and I hope everybody gets this, from a very young age, she has been alert and awake, and that's not all that common, because we have many guests who had awakenings about halfway through their life. It's not the case here. Also, she's not a therapist, she's a seer. She can look and see things that are happening. And she's probably a therapist as well, because all of the credentials she has. I have to ask this question, and it may be kind of out of left field for you, but does the imprint of the Akash have much to do with what you're seeing, what they would carry in from past lives?
Yes, we often do go into the Akash to just see what is there. And many times, actually, we rewrite the records that are in the Akash once we understand. And this process is actually the awakening of the individual and the awakening of the soul and the spirit of the individual. Then the individual can choose what they want to have different and written and stored in the Akash. So it's a very interesting process, but all of that has an impact on who you're living and how you're expressing your life. And once we get to the point of your awakening, or we can awaken your soul and your spirit, and then integrate that with your mind, the intellect, then you're basically rewriting your story.
So part of your title here, and that we see, and maybe most people have not, is a strategy for having it all. Would you define having it all?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is something that I really love, because I believe that we were created to have it all. And along the line, along our timelines, along our childhood, we forgot and we started living to the expectations of others. So the strategy to living is actually moving back to the place of I am, and then recreating the vision of your life from that place of I am. So if you had it all already, what would that look like? Instead of when I get there, and if I get there, and if I work hard enough, I'll have. So we actually get to that point, that point of your greatest desire, and bring that to the present moment. And we start working from that place of limitless, fearless, abundant, prosperous, enough. And we take action. So there's action to be taken depending on where you are and what you're creating in your life, to allow you to stay in that vibration of having it all. And having it all is really a choice, right? Because everything we do and how we create life is a choice. So when you decide that you can have it all and you start living from that place, then your behavior and your actions will also show and create that foundation of everything's available to me. I can access my divine right inheritance. I can access everything that was available to me, my kingdom. We are daughters and sons of the divine. Our kingdom, our empire is already within us, and is accessing that within us and coming from that place of certainty and knowing and wealth and prosperity that creates the new awareness and really the new frequency and container of having it all.
I think there's such an expansion of energy when we witness somebody who's able to step into that place that you described.